Big Ten football's back, baby. Let's go! But before we get going, make sure to hit like and subscribe so that more people get to see these great videos. It's a really exciting time here. Have some sense of a little bit of normalcy around here. We're just trying to strive for some sort of normalcy. Who are we kidding? At this point, I have pandemic fatigue. I want to go to a game. I want to go downtown, I want to tailgate, I want to do all that stuff. But the interesting thing that I come to and I start thinking about when football came back, it is good to have it back, I think. But there was an interesting quote that I found in the local newspaper, the Lincoln Journal-Star. They were interviewing these individuals and talking about the tailgate traditions that people have. One person basically said that they don't know who they are if they don't have Husker Football and Tailgate Saturdays. Now that could just be that one individual, but it got me thinking a little bit. How many people out there, if they didn't have the tailgate experience or tailgate Saturdays or college football in general, how many of them would actually think they don't know who they are without it? If something is taken away and you have no idea who you are without that specific thing, that means that is so important to you that you don't know how to live without it. But the thing that I found interesting was someone actually said that they don't know who they are without Husker Football Saturdays. I'm not knocking it. I think Husker football is important. I think football in general, college football in general, is important not only economically, but also socially. When some people say that they don't know who they are because they're not going to have Husker football, I think that's inherently kind of a little sad. Or that creates a little bit of an opportunity for you to actually go out and figure out who the hell you actually are. And maybe that's your hobby. If that's your hobby, wonderful. But the thing is, hobbies can't run your life. The same way that Husker football can't run your life. Tailgates can't run your life. I'm not making fun of anyone who doesn't know who they are without that kind of stuff. It just got me thinking, there are certain things in life that if you don't have, I really don't think it should be that big of a deal. Food, shelter, water, those are the necessities. But then when you start layering like the extracurriculars on top of that, like, do you actually really need all those extracurriculars? Or are you just putting those in place because you just want to layer yourself up so that way you are insulated from you actually having to take the chance and look inward on yourself? Like, take for example, social media. The platforms are designed for you to consistently spend as much time as you can on the device. To constantly scroll. That's exactly how they're designed. And that in itself is a way of insulating yourself from you having to actually look inward on yourself to discover who you truly are. This is why so many people are so afraid of silence. I had to train myself in order to be okay with silence. It took a long time, and I'm still not good at it. But sitting in silence or just reading a book or just being alone in general is okay. Now there are people out there who do need to go out, they need to be social because that's who they are, and they feed off the energy of other people. There's still stuff that we try to layer ourselves with, so that way we feel so insulated, so that way we don't have to take a look inward on ourselves to figure out who we really are. I think if we did take a look at who we really are on the inside, the world would change. Because people are afraid of this silence. People are afraid of this isolation. And isolation is not good for humans. In the long run, if you actually took this time to take a look inward on yourself, then I think a lot of things would be different. Now again, if you're one of those individuals who's having issues, reach out to someone. Get in touch with an expert. Get in touch with a counselor. Get in touch with a therapist. If you're going to go talk to a therapist about something that's going on in your life, you, as an individual, you are strong because you are acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and you can't do it yourself. That is strength. When was the last time that you were honest with yourself about who you are? When was the last time you sat for 10 minutes in complete silence? When was the last time you looked inward on yourself to figure out who you are, what you believe about others, what you believe about life? Every evening this week, sit down for 10 minutes, put the phone in another room, turn off the TV, 10 minutes in silence. Your world might change. It may not. You might find a little bit of a peace about yourself. Start removing the onion. Start peeling back those layers to figure out who you are. Thank you for watching The Weekly Thought. Tune in next week, we'll talk about something else. Stay happy and stay healthy.